expect to see a big relief for bond markets? The fact that the government has now trimmed its second half borrowing, is it big material relief?
Definitely, it's a great relief, but I think market being always skeptical. I don't know why, but they have been always skeptical whether, yes, they did say, and whether the fiscal deficit target will be maintained or not. But I genuinely believe that they will be maintaining, and so that 70,000 crores gross borrowing reduction, and that's quite simply achievable. So it's not a big thing. So that's definitely relief in this situation in the market, particularly where we have a very different offshore scenario, which is really hurting us, which is oil and dollar strengthening. And in that situation, reduction of borrowing program definitely helps us. But I think now the entire focus will be what is that we look forward on the policy and how the policy pans out on 5th October. And just 3 days to go.
The fact that government borrowing program has come down, can I argue that there are two factors which could be under consideration? Either government is looking at reducing their capital expenditure or the total expenditure in the second half, or they are hoping that they would be able to gain a lot of, raise a lot of capital by some asset sale?
So I think the first part doesn't work because the net borrowing program has remained the same. So from that perspective, they haven't changed the net borrowing program. And as far as, but people are doubting that whether that net number is good or not. And if they have been saying right from the highest level to Secretary DEA, why should we doubt that? So they have been saying constantly, repeatedly, right? And as far as reducing the gross borrowing program is by two ways, either by small savings going up, and if not that, they can always cancel the buybacks and move it to next year. So, the buybacks of 72 crores, which they have planned in the budget, they can cancel the entirety of it, right? So that's what the situation is.
Okay. On the revenue side, what do you think is the government comfortable on in the second half in terms of revenue flow? I don't think the GST numbers have picked up in a manner that would appease the government, but you think the numbers over there can look up?
That we have to see. But then, of course, they have been relying on a lot of PSUs, dividends, and PSUs buyouts supporting their investment. That, of course, nothing has been done yet, but that's all the newspaper says about, right? So, so government, revenue side, GST, I think they have come to the thing they were expecting more than 1 lakh crore. It's now less lakh crore. I think they have kind of come to the terms of it. So from that perspective, yes, there would be more divestment. Of course, their own targeted divestment is still not yet started. So we'll have to see how it goes in the next 6 months. But if they have said it, they will maintain it, right? Maybe they can cancel some expenditure too.
All right, Jayesh, we leave it at that. Thanks very much for joining us and giving us that quick perspective on the government's borrowing target for the second half being revised lower.